Hello, everybody. How you doing? Wow, nailed the camera setup 2 weeks in a row. It's kind of weird. I do the screenshot thing now, so I can never exactly tell what my camera exactly looks like because you just get like a blurry thing. I'll scooch some stuff up just a little bit. Thank you guys so much for coming out. I very much appreciate it. Yeah, a few of us were hanging out here before. Yeah. What's the beer tonight? We'll get that out of the way. And then Ethan Ruins EDC is talking about something I want to continue that conversation. The Young Lion Pilsner. I think I had this on here before. It's already open, so I can't turn it completely sideways so you can see it because it'll spill everywhere. But I drank some of it with my din din, so before we get on here. But yeah, before we get to knives, Ethan Ruins EDC is saying he just got in the Navy, which congratulations and thank you very much for your service in advance. They told him that the system was down, so he couldn't pick his job. Yeah, that's not true. I'm almost certain. I went through something similar to that when I went in the Air Force, and yeah, that's a recruiter who needs to fill some slots, and it's fine, but you may still wind up with a good job. But yeah, that's the kind of stuff they tell you. Yeah, I went through that, and luckily they told me something similar to that. And my father had a fit, and I actually went in guaranteed to be boom operator on a KC-135 refueler, and then I got some dirt in my eye when I was in basic and scratched my cornea, so I failed the flight physical. So I wound up command and control, which I got to choose, but I could choose or go home. But yeah. What is the second from the right? We're going to talk about that in just a minute. This ugly thing that is actually awesome. We will be talking about that, but there's probably nothing you can do about it now, Ethan, and I don't mean to put a downer on you, but yeah, that's a load of crap. That's something that recruiters tell people. I had a bunch of friends that were recruiters, and that's the kind of stuff they do when they just need to fill some slots. The Lavender Pants says, "Did I hear half-track warnings are coming back?" Yeah, and why don't I just get my... Oh, bang the camera. Why don't I just get mine out? I might as well. What am I going to put away? I'll put this away for now. So yeah, these are coming back, which is cool because Scott told me, yeah, it was months and months ago, they were probably never gonna, or maybe Rick said they were never gonna do them again. And I guess they decided to, which is great. I don't think anybody was like lying to me or anything like that, but they had no plans on making anymore, and then they decided to. So yeah, another run of these bad boys coming. So keep an eye out at USA Made Blade. They're always really good to me. I do not mind at all pimping them. So yeah, this is a great knife. Evil looking little thing, and definitely my favorite half track. I've never been tempted to get another one. I've had this one for quite a while. I think it's maybe the second or third Hinderer I got, so I've had it for, I don't know, a year and a half, something like that. I just really like it, and I do carry it a lot. It's a great knife, and it looks evil, fruit of the devil, and it actually is very useful. There's a really good video I found just recently, actually, of Rick explaining why the warney swept up like that. It's not just to make it fit in the knife. It actually is intentional, and it does kind of give you a bit more force or something like that. I can't remember. He does a really good. Yeah, thanks for linking that, Keith. I appreciate that. Yeah, it's really nice, and yeah, I'm gonna show the beer again because everybody always asks a bunch of times. Young Lion Pilsner, and of course my Southern Edge Knife Works little koozie. I'm using the regular one today, not the metal one. The metal one is down in the dirty dishes, I think, actually. I used it so much that I was swapping another beverage into it, and I thought, this is kind of gross. But yeah, go to southernknifeworks.com, use the code SDSEK, get 50% off. Hey, Dirk, how's it going? Dirk and I frequent a lot of the same live shows, it seems like. We're often on the same watch ones, too. But the second knife from the right, somebody asked about earlier. Oh, Tungsten Carbide says, out of curiosity, when is the drawing for the AMA? It says so, right in the thing. It's the 11th at 8 p.m. Eastern time. There will be a live show. That is the 3-year anniversary of the channel. But this knife that a lot of you guys have asked about, a couple of you anyway, this is a Real Steel Real Slim. It's a new model. It's VG10. It is very skinny. It's $67 on the Real Steel website. But I assume it's going to be a little bit less than that. Stainless steel frame lock, really light, less than 2 ounces. And it is hideous. It looks like an albatross beak, but wow, does it cut. It's a great little knife. I am thoroughly impressed with this. I'll give you a spoiler. Later this week, maybe even tomorrow, I'm gonna do I did that, top 10 most disappointing knives of 2020. I'm gonna do my top 10 most pleasant surprises, and this is on it. It is ugly, Keith, but you're talking. It's pretty bold words from a guy who makes it rain dolikas on the world. But it is ugly. But man, it cuts. It's just such a great light, slicey little knife. It's fantastic. I really like it. And VG10 ain't bad for that price. People think I hate VG10. I don't hate VG10. Whenever I've been railing against VG10, you'll notice it's Spyderco's VG10 that I rail against because they do it really soft. Have not cut enough with this to know how long it's gonna last. But yeah, it's an ugly thing, but it does have a very nice looking backspacer though. So there's that. but I really like it. I've really enjoyed using it. The ergos aren't bad at all. This is the stock thickness on this. I do remember because I checked it. It's 0.23 inches on the handles, the handle width, not the stock. The blade stock is like 0.08. It's just really slicey. It's like 12 thousandths behind the edge, something like that. It's a very, very, very slicey knife. Somebody with the last name Germer designed it. I can't remember his first name. Maybe it's Yermer. I don't know. But it's very, very cool. I do like this a lot. It's not like drop shutty or anything. It's a very, very simple design, but you can't really flick it open. It's definitely more of a thumb roller, but it's just cool. I just like it a lot. I really do. The little skinny little albatross. If you don't mind me asking, what did you get on the ASVAB, Ethan? 98. The lie that the recruiter told me, we were talking about military recruiting stuff, because Ethan's about to go in the Navy, so thank you very much for your service in advance. The lie the recruiter told me, I wanted to be a cop because that's what I had gone to college, what I had started going to college for. And he told me my ASVAB score was too high to be a cop, which was a total absolute lie. That's not a thing. But my ASVAB score allowed me to do other stuff, so they plugged me into something that he needed to fill a spot on. Tungsten Carbide, have you seen the new Sandra knife? I have not, but judging by your username, I bet you're pretty excited about that. And I just saw your avatar, and that is a genius username. That is fantastic. That is very, very fantastic. Blade reminds me of an old school Bugatti, Sergeant Kong says. Yeah, it kind of does, I guess. It does look kind of like an Atlantique. But the Atlantique is beautiful, and this is not. That is one thing I will not give it. I have another excellent real steel. They sent me two on Saturday. I'm going to show you the other one, which is freaking great as well. Real steel is just killing the game lately. Really liked everything I've gotten from them so far this year. Nav Sergeant, you don't want to be security force. Oh, yeah, I'm so glad that they did that. That was the best lie anybody ever told me, for sure. Because, yeah, I would have been surrounded by idiots. No offense if you are a U.S. Air Force security forces person, but being in command and control and having to tell security forces people what to do and them not doing it at all, I left with a very poor opinion of security forces, that's for sure. Keith is just killing it with the links tonight. So I got a can of REM oil and clean a bunch of OTFs. They all fire like a dream now, Matt J says. Yeah, I've never tried any of that stuff yet. I have the only time I've really oiled one, I have the 5-weight nano oil, and if you can pull the, like on, well, this doesn't have it. Where's one of the Microtechs? Yeah, Trudon. You can just pull the, the glass breaker out and just kind of dribble some in there and blow it out the other side with compressed air, and you don't have to take it apart and deal with all those springs. And Microtechs, you're not supposed to take apart. They don't like you to take them apart. Seems to work pretty good for me. Just shove the little compressed air hose down in there and blow it all through. Only had to do it on one, but I just realized my bounty hunter's not in its slot. I don't know exactly where it's at. Must be downstairs. My best friend got in as a U.S. Navy CTR. I don't know what that is. Oh, are you guys talking about that new Brian Nadeau, I assume, because you said Brian with an I, so I know it's not me, but I want a ProTech and Guardian Tactical OTF collaboration. I don't think that will happen since they have sued each other at one point. So I would not hold your breath for that. I do believe Microtech sued Guardian Tactical. Slicey, do you see my new name recommendation for the bug? I did, Derek, but I don't think I'm going to name it. It's just a custom bug out, and it's not like that unique. Anybody can choose it if they want to, but oh, crypto. That's kind of what I did. Command and Control did a little bit of that. Probably a lot of fun, but utterly useless when you get out, which I've learned. There's actually like a support group for people that have my job in the Air Force that are looking for looking for for jobs and stuff when they get out. Any word on QSP Penguin and S35 yet? Review? I think it's lost to the ether, to be honest with you. It was fine. It wasn't going to be like a mind-blowing review anyway. I actually honestly got confused. You guys were telling me to get the other one, the cheap one, and that's the one I'm waiting on. That's the one I was more excited about. But at the end of the day, I just looked for it a while ago and it wasn't. I couldn't find it in my. I know I recorded it, couldn't find it, and I can't really be bothered to look for it too much more. I have so many videos I have to get done. Yeah, Ethan, that's about it. CIA or FBI, that's about all you can do after that. Sorry, latest game. What is the white G10 with a brown micarta? This is an Ohlone Rodeo. It is very, 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 very pretty and very, 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 very slicey. And yeah, it's a Riot built liner lock. Very snappy. Outstanding knife. It is very outstanding. It is very pretty. I don't know if I'm going to keep it forever, but for right now, I like it. Don't carry it much, but it's just so gorgeous. Yeah, I saw a couple of the Ohlones are popping up other places, so that's good to know. The wording that he said made it sound like there weren't many, but it looks like there are. So, keep up the Chavez 229 of the J. Want to see the carbon? Yeah, the carbon's pretty nice. I mean, it's also built by Riot, so it's pretty good. I am going to do a full review on this. I have two funny things to say about one. Not funny. One is one thing that kind of bothered me when I unboxed it, but has really come to bother me actually carrying it. In the hand, it's very, very, very comfortable. It's very comfortable in the hand, but when it's closed, this is really sharp, and just sliding your hand past that is pretty annoying. I have one pair of jeans, and it's the jeans that I was wearing when I first got it. They have huge pockets, and it's fine. But the jeans I'm wearing like the last couple of days are 511 Tactical. They don't have tiny pockets, and it's not comfortable sliding your hand past that thing. So, yeah, I mean, if I do this, it doesn't feel sharp, but when it's just going down the side of your hand a bunch of times, ain't great. The funny thing is, though, I showed my wife this pocket clip thinking that she would hate it, and I was talking about how much I was disappointed by the pocket clip, and my wife said she really likes it. So my wife thinks it's cool. I was not expecting that. So Carlito 5 says that's why I sold my other one. Yeah, it's pretty annoying. If I sell this, that will be why. Is that I love the blade. I love using it, and in the hand, it's perfectly comfortable. But it's just getting your hand past it when it's in your pocket. Wow, that is annoying. Riley H says, "You guys said kitchen knives." Oh, I've had a buddy of mine sent me, or just bought me for Christmas, a really nice Victorinox big kitchen knife, and has me tempted to buy a set of those. Everything else I got kind of mix and match. I have some decent Dexter ones, but those actually are technically my son's, so when he moves out, he's going to take them with it. Only bummer is you can't replace it. Yes, the pocket clip, Derek Nelson on this. No, you can't replace it. Adam Purvis did a very short run of clips for it back in the day, and allegedly they're coming out with a less expensive one that is not going to have the skull clip, or it's going to be an option or something like that, but I don't know. Which folding knife do you think would each armed forces would be? Oh, I don't even know, Ethan. I mean, the Marines would be a Medford of some kind, probably. The Army would probably be something really cheap. Sorry if you were in the Army. I don't know. Air Force would be something white, or something white, something light, I guess. I don't know. Maybe I'm odd, but I think the pod clip is badass. No, a lot of people do think that, definitely, Logan. A lot of people do think it's awesome. It's just not my jam. It's just very polarizing. Hey, Therapeutic Edge, how you doing? It's just polarizing. That's as skulls go, it's a very excellently executed one. It's just I don't feel like I'm badass enough to walk around with a skull hanging in my pocket. But Chavez just opened a new Chavez shop, so more options will be coming soon, including a 229 compound combo chisel grind. Ugh. Chisel grinds do not light my fire. Lavender Pants be a Gerber multi-tool. A Gerber of some kind, probably. Hello, Drew. Boker Mermaid for the Navy. No, I think they'd be like maybe like a Spyderco salt. Probably like a Spyderco salt of some kind. One of the LC200N plastic handle ones. Like a salt Endura. You mean the skull clip doesn't make you 15% more badass like the operator? No, Derek, it does not. I think it makes me 15% more douchebag, in my opinion. But I know a lot of people really love it. Yeah, if you were asked about this hinder on here, yeah, they are getting more of those in soon at usmablade.com. Air Force's Benchmade Infidel. No, I think that the automatic would scare our little Air Force brains. I think it would be like a bug out or something like that. Hey, Zach Stuff, thank you very much. I appreciate it. Yes, Super Chat is open if you want to click that on here. We got 122 of you on here. Not too bad. I know you like the clip, Therapeutic Edge. I don't hate it. It's just not me. It's like I can appreciate why people like it, but I think you misspelled a word there, Warren. That's a weird angle on the warning hinder. I was just explaining earlier, Austin, that Rick there's a video somewhere Rick Hinder did a video explaining why they did it. And I will say I've had this thing for a long time. I use it a lot. It works really well. Never really noticed a problem with it. I thought they did it just to fit it in the handle, but that is not why they did it. And you can see it's obviously not why they did it, because there is a crap ton of room in there. So they could have made it a different angle. He did it it's something to do with like the way that your hand is actually angled on a smaller knife like this. So that is why. I like it all. I think it drew too much attention. Blame Dasher says, yeah, that's one of the last one I had a 229 titanium one, and I got asked, that's the only knife I've ever been carrying where somebody asked me what was in my pocket, and it annoyed me. Except for I had a cop one time ask if that was a hinder in my pocket, but that was because he'd never seen a hinder before, so he never handled a hinder, so he wanted to handle it. And I was in a place where that blade length was not 100% legal, and he didn't care a bit. Lavender Pants says, oh, I don't know what you're saying. I would say, somebody asked, oh, if you can buy one OTF, what would it be? Oh, you're wrong, Lavender Pants. If you could buy one OTF, I would say the Recon 035. Just the action on it is so much easier. I love Microtex. I love all the choices you get. I love my Bounty Hunter, and I adore, even more so, my Hellhound. But yeah, if I could only have one OTF, it would be the 035, which I still need to do a video on this one. I had one I got from, I think, Jeremy Russell, and I really liked it, but it was just too well used to be in videos, so I sold it thinking I was going to snap up another one, and then I forgot for a couple days, and they were all gone. And then I finally just found this one about a month and a half ago. And yeah, Recon 035, just the action is just so much easier, and Blade play is about the same. You can't get as many options on a Guardian, and they're harder to get your hands on. But you know, it's if you can get one in close to the configuration you want, they're great. This is exactly the configuration I want. Well, not exactly. I would like to have had a Tanto, but I have the Hellhound, and my Bounty Hunter is also a Tanto, so I didn't really need a Tanto. But yeah, and it's also a little bigger than the UTX, a little smaller than an Ultratech. $1,500 Deadlock is the best. Yes, that's true, John Cottrell. The Grant Gavin Hawk Deadlock is the best OTF out there. But yeah, they're $1,500, and they take like what, 6-8 months to get. So yeah, OTFs are nice. People think it's for self-defense. Yeah, it is. And what's funny is OTFs are kind of crap for self-defense, honestly. Yeah, this is an LMAX. I think most of the Recons are in LMAX. I haven't seen one that wasn't. I know the old one I had too was in LMAX. You can't carry them legally in your inside. You know, you're a law-abiding citizen. Yeah. Well, I'm allowed to, but I don't get into legal advice as to why. In my state, they are not legal for everyone, but I'm allowed to. But I don't give legal advice, because that's the number one question I get all the time. How do you get OTFs? How do you carry OTFs? Just trust me. I'm allowed to, but I don't give legal advice. So there are exemptions in most states for a lot of stuff like that. And I'll just say I fall in one of the exemptions. Well, you live in Canada, they might just give you life in prison for no OTF. Yeah, T-Willie, they might. Up here, really, honestly, if you're not, like, in commission of a crime, they're probably just going to take it from you. And before I got the go-ahead that I was okay, I remember a cop one time telling me, if you're going to carry an OTF, carry a really expensive one. And I said, why? He goes, because then we'll just confiscate it. Because if we give you a ticket for it, or arrest you for it, it becomes evidence, and we can't keep it. But if we just confiscate it from you, then we get to keep it. I was like, well, thank you for being honest about it anyway. Oh, New York City, I would not carry one. I don't care what exemption I have up here. I would definitely never carry one in New York City, BZ. I don't carry. That is one place I go that I honestly don't carry a knife. I'll have like a little blade on a keychain, and that's it. I just don't even want to deal with it. Jimmy says, I can say the 035 was very well used. They are durable as hell. Hope my new Ultratech is as durable. Blade grinds much more even on Microtechs as well. I will say, Jimmy Russell, yes, and it still worked fantastically. I did tear it apart and like lube it up, but man, it was in excellent working order. Just didn't look good. Didn't look good for the camera. That was why. I need stuff that looks decent for the camera. Dusty Butler, do you still have the G10 integral knife? I can't remember. No, I don't. It was a Reich Tulay, I do believe. Tulay. Yeah, no, I don't have that anymore. That was really cool and it worked really well, but I didn't like love the blade shape or anything. I just wanted to try it. Any scales for the half track for sale? I don't know if Sharp Dressed Knives does them. He does a lot of Hinderer stuff. I'm not really sure. BZ says knives are literally the worst for self-defense. I would agree with you, BZ. I am trained in how to defend myself with a knife, and I would not do it. I mean, that's like the 8th thing I would do. I always have a knife in my pocket, and if I'm in a confrontation with somebody, pulling my knife is like literally probably the 8th thing I would do. It's even if you win, it's a messy business. And if you pull a knife, they probably have one too, and it's gonna get bad. There's no way it's not gonna get bad. Do you like the Chavez blade shape or the compound grind? I like this one. I really do. It's very thin behind the edge. It's very slicey. I don't remember how thin behind the edge my old one was. I actually have to go reference the old video before I do a full review of this. But I don't remember it being as slicey as this. I really don't. But he slices the Chavez worth getting. I think it's very, very nice. I was just complaining about it's kind of uncomfortable in the pocket, not just walking around with it, but it has some sharp edges when you reach past it. And someone else here was also concurring. They felt the same way about it. But other than that, it's a great blade shape. And in the hand, once you're actually using it, all those sharp edges disappear. You don't even notice them. But, you know, when you're actually just carrying it. Would the Chavez be a forever knife? Oh, probably not, Peter. Can't. My other one wasn't. I already had one before, and it was fancier than this, and I didn't keep it. So, no, probably not. But probably going to keep it around for a while. I do like it, and my wife likes the pocket clip, which I was surprised by that. So, I'll probably keep it around for a little bit, but I imagine it'll be gone by Christmas, probably. Do you see the X-18 Battle Blue hardware kit and USB plate? Yeah, it is. I saw that. It is cool. I actually have... Do I have Battle Blue or Blue? On one of mine. I might have a Battle Blue kit. It's blue. I don't know if it's Battle Blue or not, but I don't think it's Battle Blue. That looks pretty shiny, but I've got a blue hardware kit on. This is my COVID one. Just got my Ferrum Forge Stinger there today. Do I dare say the perfect EDC knife? Jacob Vermette, it is... It's very close to it. It's really good. It's really good. I thought it might be my budget knife of the year, but it's barely under $100, so it might not be, but it is excellent. See you later, Oaken. Have a good one. Mostly folders, but everything is psychological. Stop is equally available when pull a knife 7 times out of 10. They're probably gonna leave. I don't think so. Because knives are very, very common, and I disagree with that completely. And I was taught that when I was trained too. If a guy is confronting you, the odds that he has a knife are pretty likely. It's the most likely weapon he's going to have on him. And if you pull one, it's just going to make him pull one. If you punch him in the face, he may just bolt before he pulls the knife. Still loving how the purple hardware looks on the bug out. So do I. It looks great. I'm loving this thing. I can't keep it out of my pocket since I got it. I mean, I had the I had a regular bug out with Rogue Blade Works carbon scales on it, and it definitely did change the feel of the knife, but I didn't love the ergos of it, where this still feels like a bug out, but it's just a little more sturdy feeling, and it's not that much heavier. I love the look of it. I've been carrying the snot out. I mean, I've only had it for a few days, but it's been in my pocket at least part of the day every single day since I've had it, and I can't imagine that changing anytime soon. It's just a great freaking knife, and I like the coated M4. I don't like blade coatings, but this one looks good. Hopefully it holds up. I've been cutting open packages and stuff. I cut open a bunch of crap with it today, and it's been fine. Yeah, as long as the blade doesn't start getting scratched up, I'm going to be carrying the snot out of this. Love it, love it, love it, love it, love it. The purple does really pop. It looks really good. On camera, sometimes it looks a bit more fuchsia. It is definitely, absolutely, undeniably purple in person. It does look good on the live. I noticed in my video, it looked a bit more fuchsia-y, but in person, it is very, very purple. Lavender pants. I like the Stinger too, but it was a bit narrow and small. It's like 0.4 thick, which is wee kite fin thin, which is, yeah, that's what I like. I think that's what a lot of people like about it. Do you have a Hinder XM18 3-inch non-flipper? I do not have any XM18 3 inches. I have a 3.5 non-flipper, but flipper versus thumb stud of Neutron, though. I'm not following that one. Where is my Neutron 2? Can't believe I didn't have that out here for the start of the show. That was a silly thing. What am I going to put away? Yeah, we'll put this away, even though this thing is so good. This V Ortis, I still love this thing so much. There's my Neutron. Neutron 2. Thank you very much, Isaiah. I appreciate that. Yeah, Super Chat is open if you want to ever kick in a few shekels. It's always much appreciated. Slicey, did you get an old guard? No, I did not. I'm not. I like Ray Laconico's stuff, but I don't know. Kind of all looks the same, I guess. And I've had a lot, and I kind of feel like maybe I should have gotten one now because everybody's raving about them, but to me it just looked like another Laconico, which is not a bad thing. I like his design. It's just there's a lot of that look the same. Have you seen the Red Horse Hellraiser? I have. I was not tempted by it, but I've had like 4 or 5 people tell me I should get one. Do you have all 13 Kershaw launch? I have one. I don't have all of them. I have one. But yeah, I did a little review on it. This definitely isn't sticking around, but I still have it right now. But yeah, I do have a launch 13. I did a video on it if you want to go back and look at it. This is cool, I guess, but a little weird ergonomically. Not bad. It's just odd. Just feels odd in the hand. Just feels kind of off. I don't know. Like, you know, when you're forced to put your arm around your sister in a family photo or something, it just feels kind of odd. I don't know how to describe it. It's not awful. It's just weird. Yeah, that's kind of how. Never thought I'd use that analogy. At least I didn't say it in the review. Nobody watches these things again, so that's fine. What's the second knife from the right? We talked about it earlier. This is the Real Steel Real Slim, which is hideous, but very, very cool. And it is real slim, as the name would indicate. Very skinny. Thoughts on a Microtech LUDT? I have one, and I love it. I have a purple one because naturally I do. I had to do it. So what will we put away? We'll put away the Rodeo. I'll bring it out, actually. Turn around here, reach for it. I placed my case a bit too far away. So yeah, my purple LUDT, which is now going to disappear against this background. Oh man, the LUDT is great. Super slicey, really, really good knife. It's I mean, I would say my favorite Microtech is my Combat Trudon, just because it's redonkulous, but this is probably the best actual knife I've ever held from Microtech. As far as something just to use every day, this is very, very cool. The purple on that looks awesome. Thank you very much, Newfoundland guy. I like it very much. LUDT doesn't work in my hand. My fingers don't fit between the humps. You must have big fingers. I got lots of room. It fits just fine. And I usually mostly use it like that anyway, but Spyderco Para 3 versus Hinder XM18 3-inch non-flipper. I would always say Hinder, but I'd say Para 3. My hands just don't fit the 3-inch XM18 very well at all. So, what is that knife next to the Chavez? It's a Real Steel Real Slim. We've been talking about it quite a bit here. Very ugly, but very, very cool knife. Giant Mouse Ace Biblio versus Ace Grand. Ace Biblio for sure. The Grand is great, Masterclass EDC, but the Biblio is just chef's kiss. Bounty Hunter LUDT would be sweet. Nav Sergeant, if they made one of those, they could not take my money fast enough. They've only done them in the OTFs, though. They've never done... Maybe they spoke to Boba and he doesn't like... because he's real, you know. Maybe he just likes OTFs better. Real Steel looks like you run out of steel after like 3 sharpenings. I don't think 3, but it might run out of steel fairly quickly. But you know what? It's probably going to be, what, $50? It's a budget knife. I messed around with LUDT at Microtech. Couldn't find a comfortable grip on it. It's the second person to say that tonight. I've never heard anybody else say that tonight. Now I've heard 2 people. Do your hands not fit the XM18 because they're too big? No, they're not that big. I have large size gloves, but I don't have like thick fingers or anything. I don't know, just nothing hits right on it. It just didn't feel good. I've been thinking about trying another one. If any of them fit, it would be the non-flipper. I've thought about getting another non-flipper, but that's a lot of money just to take a shot, you know. I just realized there's an eyelash laying on my Benchmade. Who knows how long that's been there? I thought it was titanium. Good to know it's a budget knife. No, it's like a $50 knife. It's $67 on the Real Steel site. So I'm guessing this is a stainless steel. It's not a stainless steel frame lock. I'm guessing it's probably gonna be somewhere in the 50s in the real world. Looks like the knife was already sharpened too much. You guys are hating on it. Yes, it's ugly, and I thought it was hideous too. And honestly, I did not ask for this. And they sent it. And I was like, oh yeah, I guess it's skinny. Yeah, it's worth looking at. And then I got out of the box and I immediately really like it. It's just really freaking nice to use. But I'm going to show you another one. I have to look and see on the box what it is, because I don't think either of these are... Oh, this one is listed a few places. Not the real slim box. What is the name of it? I never remember. The Akuma. I'm going to show you that. We'll put this this ugly little guy away. Thank you very much, Zach Stuff. Yes, Super Chat is open if you want to kick in a few shekels. So this is the Akuma, which is very cool. Another design by Ivan... I forgot his name because I'm a terrible person, but I do like to do the Rocox and a bunch of other ones they do. G10, K110 steel, which is kind of unique. But you want to know how to open this? Yes, Ivan Bragnitz. That's good. You want to know how to open this? Take your pick. There's a million ways to open it. It is right hand only, but action on it is outstanding. You can Spidey flick it with that deployment hole. You can thumb flick it. There's a thumb stud. There's just like any way you can think of to open this thing. It's kind of like a, almost like a Spyderco smock or something like that. It's just, and this is another budget knife. It's going to be very inexpensive. Not sure the price on it. I did look it up, but I don't remember now. One place did have them in stock. But yeah, it's pretty inexpensive. And it's just drop shutty as hell. I have not taken it apart. You can tell because there's still oil leaking out of it everywhere. A lot of real steels just come way over oiled. But yeah, and K110 steel. We'll see if Slicey sees that. Which one? Oh, the pink Opinel for the Air Force. Yeah, it's mighty big words coming for a guy in the Navy. Is that a detent ball hole on the knife in the center? It could be. Probably is. Looks like... Yeah, I think it is. I'm not sure. No. Let's see if it would be there. Yeah, I guess it probably is. I haven't taken it apart yet, but yeah, it probably is. Hey, TPK, how you doing? I'll keep leaving out Space Force. We already... That's all of us in the Air Force, when they announced that Space Force thing, we were like, we've had one of those for a really long time. And why do we need, like Air Force has had Space Command for like 30 years? We didn't really need another one. Thank you very much, Big Red. I appreciate it. Oh, what did you... Oh, I didn't see. Oh, was it you who said the pink Opinel for the Air Force? Oh yeah, it was you, Big Red. I thought that EDC said it. Well, that's even better. But yeah, you were in the Navy, dude. I don't think I have a right to talk smack to you, and you don't have a right to talk smack to me. I think Air Force and Navy are on even levels of pansiness. We can only make fun of the Coast Guard. But we do make fun of the Coast Guard because it's all we can do. In Space Command now, we can make fun of Space Force. First of all, we can make fun of Space Force people now, but the Coast Guard, I forgot about them. Yeah, everybody does. But Big Red was on a submarine. Yeah, because then that way no one had to see him. Then nobody had to see that he was just on a boat. What knife for the What knife for the Coast Guard? Well, they're very poor, so I would assume probably, you know, an M-Tech, like a really small, crappy M-Tech, something cheap, maybe a Rough Rider. No, but Rough Rider makes some decent stuff. I don't want to insult the Rough Rider. Yeah, I don't have a boat, so I don't have to. I'm afraid of the ocean, so I'm never going to encounter the Coast Guard. I can talk smack about the Coast Guard all I want. They're never going to have an opportunity to arrest me. I'm on the land, and I'm always on the land. Does anybody make a folding butter knife? Somebody Google that. See if there's a folding butter knife. A Dolica. Yes, Keith. Keith always has to stick in the Dolica, and you know what? This is one time that it's right. Keith, I would say yes. The Coast Guard would carry a Dolica. John Contrell, safety knife. The Dolica is a safety knife for sure. The salt knives, but an H1. Oh, that's a really big insult, Austin. Because I said Navy would carry the salts, but the LC200M cool ones. So yeah, that makes sense. They'd have the old ones because the Coast Guard gets all the hand-me-down stuff from the Navy, so that would make sense. How's the lock tick on the Neutron? I haven't carried it much, honestly, but yeah, pretty much gone. I was sitting there flicking around. Yeah, it's pretty much gone. It's definitely a lot quieter. Like I said, it was never lock stick. It just makes a tiny little tick. I have a folding titanium butter knife for camping. Oh, awesome. I get a KFC spork. Ozark Trail. Mermaid for Coast Guard. Yeah, that might be one place the mermaid will get carried. I hope there are no Coast Guard people that watch this. I apologize. You guys do an invaluable service to the nation, but as an Air Force guy and also a couple of Navy dudes in here, this is the you're the only people we can pick on. So this is what you get. How about U.S. Army Ranger? I think they do have like some official knives. Oh, Keith just posted another link. He's killing it with the links. Is this a folding butter knife? Spreading knives. Sounds intimidating. Oh, come on. Awesome, they do, and it's a purple one. I have to buy this now. I have to buy this. Spatula blade. Designed for, generously sized for quick spreading. All depends on the delivery, boys. EDC Life says, Brian, what is in your pocket today? Today was the custom bug out. Gerber was big in the Army, yeah, because they were free. Is it just a pic of the real Steel Slim? No. We had Gerbers and stuff for a while in the Air Force, and then like when I was in Europe, for some reason they were always issuing SOG stuff. Like our multi-tools were SOGs. Tai Kawakami says, what's your next knife? I don't know for sure. I'm kind of on a pause with buying stuff because A, I have a lot of stuff to review. B, I need money. I have to get snow tires. That day's coming, and gonna have to pay somebody just a little bit more money to finish up my site, and then I'm just on kind of a pause. But I do know that at some point, the only thing I know for sure I have coming in, well, I have a mystery steel wheel coming tomorrow. I don't know what it is. And then I do have another hinderer coming at some point, but I don't know when it's coming. So you'll see. The only hint I'll give is that I got very jealous of the hinderer that I'm giving away for the 20,000 sub giveaway. So I got very jealous. Peter Carney, is the Para 3 a good first higher end knife? I think so, yes. I think Para 3 is a very good choice. Anything new, your Hot Rod GMC? No, that's on hold until the spring, when I can put, it needs more rubber on the road before I do anything more with it. And I'm getting winter tires for it, I guess, if that's a mod, but I found out they make my favorite winter tires for it, so I'm ordering some Blizzaks for it. Nice, you got 4 Connie winter tires for $125. Very nice. Tire equipment, Para 3 or Sage 5? Oh, Sage 5. I actually have a video on that. Actually. I know that I do. Sage 5. I was going to ask you if you do studded tire. I'm not going to. I'm going to get Blizzaks. They worked so well on other cars that I got. I'm just going to put a crap ton of weight in the back and get Blizzaks, because I really trust the Blizzaks. I've had them on some higher horsepower cars, and honestly, knock on wood or RIP our planet, I don't know which one to say, it doesn't snow much in Rochester anymore, which is ridiculous. But it honestly doesn't. It gets cold, but we had to shovel our driveway once the winter previous to this past one, and this past one we had to shovel the driveway twice in Rochester, New York. That is insane that we only have to shovel that infrequently now. That's nutso. I mean, the first year, I've only lived here for 11 years, and the first year I lived here, we had a snowstorm with 3 feet of snow, and then we had like another one 2 weeks later with another foot of snow, and now we just don't get much snow anymore, and it's scary. I think it's scary. I'd rather have the snow. I'm kind of scared about how little snow we get. It's just weird, and it's so windy all the time now in the summer. It's just weird. The weather has completely changed in 11 years. Yep, climate change is real. If you don't believe in it, then yeah, I've lived in this city for 11 years, and it is a totally different climate than it was 11 years ago. It's just odd. Can we look at your vintage XM24? Yeah, I can pull that out. Put the LED away. That's been on here a whole lot. I realize I don't bring out that vintage very much, and it is very pretty. Oh, it's the farthest possible reach. Oh, my pancreas. There's the vintage big boy. I've been carrying my other XM24 a whole lot. Where's your wife from? Rochester? No, we're both from near here. We're both from the southern tier area. I'm from a little town called Canisteo, and she's from a slightly larger town called Hornell. That is where we are from. I'm going to keep leaving this out for the purposes of promoting that USMA Blade is getting these back, because I like them as a company. Excuse me, gosh, and I'd like you to go get one. What else can we pull out here? Where are you? Oh, we haven't talked about this. Talking about the Stinger. Might as well bring it out. Everybody keeps bringing up the Stinger. Cyclical. It's a lot more than cyclical, dude. What's going on with the climate right now? It's going to be a cycle of hundreds of years. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to make it. I know everyone thinks it's political. It's not a political issue. The climate change is not a political issue. That's just something we have to worry about. How do you like that bug out? Now you've had a few days with it. More and more every day, Mars Phoenix. I just really like it. It just feels a little bit more solid. I've always loved the bug out blade, and it just feels a little bit more solid, a little bit more comfortable. It's just fantastic. Okay, last thing I'll say about it. This is my one thing I always say on climate change arguments is I hate it when people say save the planet. Because we're not saving the planet. The planet's going to be fine. It may get rid of us, but the planet's going to be fine. I don't know if there's anything we can do about it. I'm not counting on that. Obviously, one of my cars is very fuel efficient. One's a gas guzzler. I don't know how much we can do about it. I don't know how much of it is our fault, how much isn't. But whatever it is, it's scary. And I wish there was more we could do about it. But, yeah. Turn the frogs gay. You know how many times a week I say that? My son and I say that to each other all the time. I don't care if you like Alex Jones or not, but that turning the frogs gay is one of the best, funniest, unintentionally hilarious clips there has ever been in the history of the internet. What is the rarest knife I own? Oh, that's a really good question, Riley. You should ask that in the AMA, which I did not link to down below, which I should have. Yeah, you can go and do that. What is well, the rarest one I own, it might be this. I don't know how many of these they made. It might be this. It's probably my vintage because I don't keep around many like sprint runs and stuff like that. I usually wind up selling them, or maybe it's either this vintage XM24 or my 8015 because this is an actual Demco 8015, but it's a machine ground, so I don't know which one they made more of. It's one of these two, but I don't know. I don't know which one. Dusty Butler, that warning half track I want. Well, you can get one in a few days, I think. I think you're supposed to have them in like a few this week, and then they're supposed to have them coming a few a week for the next couple of weeks. So keep an eye out. Baby Yoda ate the frog eggs. Spoiler alert, Keith. I think we all knew that was coming, though. This week's episode of The Mandalorian, I'll say, is a filler episode, but it's a good one. You see that Warhog X-18? I'll bring it out in just a second. I just brought out the 24, so we'll leave it here for a little bit. Oh, thank you very much, Keith, to link to that. Yeah, my 20,000 sub giveaway video, which the prizes got way out of hand. Oh, are you currently Air Force, Nav Sergeant? I didn't know you. I knew you had been. I didn't know you were currently Air Force. Did you have any flurries yet? We got a few. We had one. And then today it is 74 degrees. Today's high was 74. You been into flashlights at all lately? I have not really been. I got one nice one. I did a trade with a Metal Complex. I have an E-Tech that's pretty nice. I got this, I mean, I have a bunch, but they're just not something that really blows my skirt up. This is a Surefire something I got in that box from EDC Specialties. They went to school for that. So, yeah. I'm happy to say we're just trying to figure out, because he's very busy and important, but hopefully, I know it's going to happen. We just have to figure out the logistics of it. But I'm making a phone call tomorrow to speak to Hansen's agents, and we're going to try and figure out a way to get Hansen on the next Chats from the Truck. So, Christian Molick, that's what we've all been talking about. You are going to be able to get these like this week and the next couple of weeks. They are bringing them back. That's why I have it out here. I'm running for Best Moderator of the Year award, Keith. Well, you know what? If it's an award just for Best Slicey Dicey Monitor, I think you stand a good chance. ALMS for the tires or the site. Would your full track warranty be in the running for rare since you say they won't make it? They are making more. We were going to talk about that all night. They said they weren't going to make any more, and they just changed their mind. And no, they made a bunch of them when they did make them. When they did make them, they made a bunch of them. It's definitely not as rare as the vintage. Just spent 30 seconds watching the Frogs Gay remix. Then I have provided a service today. No, Keith is the moderator here. I gave him moderator powers. He can boot you. He can give you das Boot. And if you get booted, he's going to mail you a Dalica, so you get stuck having to own a Dalica. Isn't that a half track? Oh, the full track. I didn't see what you said. No, yeah, the full track is gone. Yeah, I have one right here, right in the corner of my eye. Thank you very much for the donation, Freedom Van. Yeah, Super Chat is open, man. Those giveaway knives are amazing. Also, thank you, Keith Payne, great mod. While Slice has been blowing up. Yeah, he's been invaluable, especially when I do things like the game shows. and the charity auctions and all that kind of stuff. It's really nice to have another set of eyes on. And he has no life, so he's always here, which is exactly what he wants. They don't have a Dalek in all of Los Angeles, Hollywood Tactical. Well, that's because well, no, I'm not going to say that because I don't like Los Angeles. I'm going to say it's because it's a good city, but I actually hate Los Angeles. I know I have lots and lots of friends there in the entertainment industry, and they love living in LA, but man, I cannot stand it. Enjoyed the Knife Nuts episode as well. Oh, thank you. That was a lot of fun. I actually know especially Levon really well. So I think that's another one. The tone is going to be like people think that we don't like each other, but we just give each other crap so much. Yeah, Levon and I have had that relationship within 5 minutes of meeting each other. So that's just how it is. Speaking of game shows, R.A.P. Alex Trebek. Yes, absolutely. That was very sad. I didn't know he was 80. I thought he was like in his late 60s. It's still sad, don't get me wrong, that he died, but I didn't know he was 80. And dude filmed his last shows 2 weeks ago. 80 years old with terminal cancer, and he's filming shows 2 weeks ago. My theory is all the out-of-towner transplant that make Los Angeles so annoying. Honestly, Hollywood Tactical, the things that annoy me about LA the most are the air. It's the only place that I've gotten there and I can like feel the air is bad, which I guess is better now when not as many people driving around. But and you can't freaking get anywhere. Getting stuck in a traffic jam at 2 a.m. on the 405 is just ridiculous. His wife, yes. We covered that last episode about Sean Connery. LA gas prices. Yeah, I guess I never really noticed that. Somebody else asked something I wanted to talk about. But were his last words in the form of a question? LA, where they measure distance and time, yeah. It's crazy town. Those Hinder Warren lives are something else, huh? So is autocorrect. I know you meant Warncliffs. It's like I live in Hollywood every Friday night pre-lockdown. I face traffic headed home in directional from 10 p.m. till 2 or 3 a.m. Wow, that's honestly where I spend most of my time when I'm in LA, is in North Hollywood. I have a good friend who lives in North Hollywood, and I stay with him, and then I go do gigs and stuff and drive from there. So I'm driving from North Hollywood out to Brea and downtown and Hollywood proper and all that stuff, and it's just a nightmare. Jan Jimson says, tell my dog he's handsome, please. He's a handsome little boy. He's a handsome boy. Is that good for you? That's how I talk to my animals. Slay says, have you seen the Californians? It's really actually the Angelonas. Yeah, the Californians is very funny. And New Yorkers are the same way. We always give directions, more so in the city. But I don't know why I had that piece. Joey Diaz laughing his ass off right now after the New Jersey legalizes for adult use. Oh, thank you very much, Dusty. I do need to hydrate. Yeah, I love Joey. Joey's I wouldn't call him like a friend, but we know each other pretty well, and I've worked with him a lot of times, and we get along well. Any off-grid knives coming up? I thought they were going to send me some, and I forgot all about it. Thank you for reminding me to. I'll bug them about that. I had one, and I thought I had some more coming in. Thank you for reminding me. I will bother them about that. Yeah, Joey's a good dude. Joey's a lot of fun. He is I mean this in both an accurate way and and it's just as a compliment. He's a gangsta. He used to be a proper one, and I'm not telling stories out of school. He talks about it all the time. But now he used to be a gangster. Now he's a gangsta, if that makes any sense. Still waiting on Quiet Carry Waypoint. I think it's coming pretty soon. I see the IQs are back, and I know that the Waypoint was the next one after that. Off Grid have that. Dark Horse, Black Stallion, something like that. Yeah, that's the one that I'm waiting on. I thought I was getting one of those. Thank you for reminding me. I will bother them again. See you later, Big Red. You watch Joe Rogan a little bit if it's someone who I care about, but I'm not really I'm not like I don't dislike him, but I'm not like a fan. But I watch when if somebody I know is on it. I don't actually watch or listen to a lot of comedy podcasts. I don't know. It's not as much fun when you know half the people that are on it. I'll listen to it if it's like a friend of mine, but I don't listen or watch if I don't know the person on it. I've not seen the new Bert Kreischer series. I want to though because I've never met Bert Kreischer. I would love to work with him, but I've never had the chance to. But I have friends that have, and they say he's fantastic. Hello, Ryan McCarthy. My truck's from Tennessee. It's funny as when I used to have to go to a trade show in Nashville every year. We went there like 2 years in a row, and the hotel we stayed in was how New Yorkers would pronounce it in a town called, it's a suburb of Nashville. We would say Murfreesboro, but you guys say Murfreesboro. And every time you asked somebody, it got shorter and shorter. So my wife and I would joke about we were saying Murfreesboro, and we would just shorten it up as much as we possibly could, just to kind of make fun of it. And then I bought this truck, and the little sticker on the back is from a dealership in Murfreesboro, so that's never coming off. Even if I get it repainted, that's staying on there. Because it's just funny. We used to stay in that town and make fun of how they said Murfreesboro. Lavender Pants says, after we talked the other week, I watched so many Stephen Wright stand-ups. Yeah, he still is the best. He's still alive, thank God. But Stephen Wright is just fantastic. But on the other hand, you have different fingers. I still think it's the most perfect joke anyone's ever told. You're from Maine. And Jester says, Slicey, your stand-up was hilarious. Thank you very much. I hope I get to do it again someday. They're not allowing it here in New York. They're allowing all kinds of other stuff, but no stand-up. I found a small town in Georgia called Lafayette. It's pronounced Luffet. Sounds right. I got a pair of 3 copper scales for $70. Nice, CDC Life. I lived in Nashville for a while, and she hates country. I always laugh when she talks about it. Can I find a recording somewhere? Yeah, here on the channel. There's a 20-minute set from June of last year. Just look for Slicey Dicey stand-up. Who's watching the Tyson fight? Tyson has a fight at the end of the month? I mean, I don't want to pay for it, but I'll make an effort to find it in a totally legal fashion on the internet. What's the real steel segment again? It is I have to remember again. It's one of these words that, the Akuma, Akuma. I think Chicago Knife Works or Chicago Blade Works, whatever. I think they had it in stock. I can't remember what the price on it is, but it's cool as hell. I don't even mind the orange. I really don't. Slight recurve to the blade, but other than that, it's just the action on it is just so much fun. And I love Ivan's designs. It's very comfortable. Pocket clip's a bit weird, but it's not uncomfortable or anything. He's fighting Roy Jones Jr. Tyson versus Roy Jones Jr. in the year 2020. I don't know what's going on this year, guys. I really don't know. Who's your favorite and why is it BRS? I do like a lot of BRS stuff. I actually have some BRS stuff I'm going to be doing a video with probably next live show. I have some BRS stuff to give to you guys. And I do have a pretty cool one. What's the steel on the steel wheel, the orange blade? It's a K110, which is pretty unique. Actually, let me grab one of them. I think it's still in the box over here. Where did I put that one? Well, I don't know. I got one budget and one fixed blade BRS. I will be putting them in a giveaway at some point here and doing a little video. How's the Nitro V holding up? I have not been able to put enough miles on it to really say, but I know that they just did a steel test on it, and everybody said it tested all right, so I'm not really sure. Yeah, Tyson isn't exactly a choir boy either. I missed what knife it was, the one with the black and orange handle. It is a real steel Akuma. It is brandy new. I think only one place has them on sale right now. And I can't remember what the price is. I know it's definitely a budget knife, but... And the same Stinger come tomorrow. So excited you should be. It's a great knife. I really do like the Stinger a whole lot. It isn't in running for budget knife of the year, but it's barely a budget knife. But, yeah, it's very, very nice for sure. Ergos are great. I've always loved Ferrum Forge's Ergos, though. So, Akuma Matata. I think Akuma is actually Russian for whale or some kind of shark. I speak enough Russian to know that. I know it's Russian for some kind of aquatic scary thing, because they have the Akuma class submarine, and they almost always name their subclasses after animals of the deep. 75 bucks. Yeah, because of the K110, I don't know how much K110 goes for, so. What's thinner behind the edge, is Stinger or the Neutron? I don't remember off the top of my head. The Neutron, this new one is definitely thinner than the old one, but this one was very thin. I'm going to probably say the Stinger is slightly thinner behind the edge, but I don't remember off the top of my head. I thought it was named after Street Fighter character. It says that too, I guess, Tim. Isn't K110 a D2 equivalent? Something like that. I haven't looked it up. Like I said, I just got this on the on Saturday. So yeah, 96 off the Real Steel site sounds about right. So it's probably 75 street, as we say. C130 loader here. Way to go on the ASFAB. I was told the same lie at some point. You need to speak to Essie's HM series, particularly the 4. I'm just not into fixed blades. I would, if I was, I would probably get an Essie, but I'm just not into fixed blades. Is it the same thing as D2 or just made by Bowler? Yeah, Bowler says K110 is equivalent to D2. All right, well, at least it's not D2, so I'm not falling asleep. I like the look of the Real Steel. I like the look of it too. I don't even hate the orange. I normally hate orange, but it especially looks really good on the spine. It doesn't look as good, you know, down here because you can see more of it, I guess. But on the spine, it looks really cool. I like it. And it doesn't have a lanyard tube. It's got a lanyard pin, which I like that very much. Lanyard pin. Are you planning on doing comparison between the Civivi Ortis and the Civivi Badlands Vagabond? I can't remember what the Badlands Vagabond is, but I don't have one, so no. Is that one that's the new one that's not quite out yet? Just saw Nick Shabazz is going to review the Spyderco Yo Jumbo. That'll be a funny review. He's not going to like it. I liked it, but that G10 on it was just ridiculous. Like, it made it not carryable for me. It's so hard to get in and out of the pocket. Second Hinder from the left is sick. Yes, this is the Hinderer half-track Warncliffe USA Blade exclusive. And I have it out because they just announced they're getting more of them. They have not had them for over a year. And they will have more, so. You got to pick up that ZT Hinderer snap-on knife. It's so, oh my God, that thing is so dumb. And it's so expensive, too. So true to look so huge in his hands. Can everyone give me suggestions for a sub $200 knife to carry on yard work and house chores days? I would say the knife that I carry a lot for that kind of thing is a Cold Steel 8010 under 200. It might be a little bit more. Cold Steel Recon 1, a Cold Steel something. Cold Steel Code 4. SR1 Light, also a good choice. Yeah, something cold steel. Did you get any penguin knives? Oh yeah, 8 of them. So if you're what he's talking about, the penguin knives are this was from the Knife Nuts podcast, which you can go check that out right now. Go to search for it on your iTunes or wherever you consume fine podcasts everywhere. I'm a guest on the last episode, and they brought up this commemorative kitchen knife. I guess I should have had one up here. That has like penguins painted on it, and they're $10 a piece, and they're very adorable. And it's a KAI, thank you, a KAI, basically Kershaw, kitchen knife. And they were going about how great they were, and I went on and bought 8 of them. The other 2 haven't come yet, and I think maybe they're actually sold out. I'm gonna wind up getting refunded. But if I get the other 2, I'm gonna give one away to you guys closer to Christmas time. But yeah, it's like they do little paint jobs on their kitchen knives around Christmas time. Lavender Pants says, are you going to review kitchen knives? There's some cool ones that came out. Those flavors. No, I mean, I wrote a kitchen knife review for Knives Illustrated, and I really felt like I didn't know what I was doing. And I don't think you're going to see any kitchen knife. I don't have time to add anything more to the niche that I'm in is kind of what I'm in. I just don't have time to add anything else. I'd love to do watch reviews. I don't have time. It's just I don't have time to fit anything else in. Rat 1 or Rat 2 is also great for what he was asking for. Yes, Formax Scout's just fun. The Formax Scout is also just cool. If you can find an excuse to buy a Formax Scout, then do that, because they're just great. Tim Simcoe, Rick from American Choppers makes kitchen knives now. Does he actually make them, or does he just sell? What flavor in the vape today? Well, it's a bad thing. My previous vape brand got discontinued, so I'd been using this stuff. I'm not in love with it. It's fine, I guess, but I like everything to be just the plainest thing I can possibly buy. I don't like flavors in my vape at all. But the other stuff I had, that Tsunami tobacco, was like no taste whatsoever, and they discontinued it. B. Swain got my first Tops knife, Street Scalpel. No clue why I love this thing, but it's a great neck knife. I have a couple neck knives, and I never carry them. I just don't like anything banging against my chest. It drives me nuts. And I don't like stuff around my waist either. So that's probably a big reason why I don't carry why I don't carry fixed blades. Anyone watch Impossible on Netflix yet? Not sure what that is. I had 8010, but wouldn't want to hard use it on gardening junk. I'd rather use a tough beater at Freedom Band. Well, for some people, the Hollywood Tactical 8010 is a tough beater. I don't always go by price. I go by more like if I can replace it easily. Do you have any Grail knives right now? I don't know. I really don't. I've been so like just focused on what's new and everything. I haven't had a chance to sit back and look and think about what I want. I mean, I always answer Koenig Arius. And I could get one if I wanted to, probably, but I say it's my Grail knife, but I could get it if I really wanted to, and I just never have. So I don't know. I could sell a couple things and get one, but I just haven't. Ryan McCarthy, have you met Mr. Medford? Yes, I have. We got along very well in person. Trying to get in the Lottos for a Holt haptic. I don't know what that is. Yeah, Ryan, he's I guess that's one way to describe him. Oh, I'm sure there's a lot of there for some good prices, but I just can't swing it right now at the moment. I won't be buying anything for probably till I'm gonna buy some stuff to keep in for reviews, but I'm gonna be buying anything for myself until January, till after Christmas. This is my last Christmas with my kids, probably, that they're both gonna be living here, so we're gonna try and kind of outdo it. Anyone to RC here? I used to be, but not anymore. Are you doing the no knife November thing too? No, not intentionally, but maybe I am, Tim. No, I'm just buying stuff to review. I'm not buying anything for myself, except for if my Hinderer becomes available this month. But I'm not sure they're going to get it done this month. It's not a custom, but I have to wait for it. Oh, it's cold steels. What really difference between the Formax and the 80s? The Formax is heavy. Formax is very big and it's like 10.2 ounces. I think we need to take November back. It needs to be new knife November. Yeah. What are you getting? You'll see it when I get it. Like I said, the only hint I was going to give James about my new Hinderer is I was jealous of the one I'm giving away, and I whined to Hinderer, and now I'm going to get something that shares a little bit with that, because I'm a whiner. But they really like me right now, so I'm taking advantage of it. I have to ask, when is your next table sale, Brian? I'm gonna be putting something up on Patreon probably tomorrow. So it depends on how much stuff I sell. If I sell it all out, I don't know. Is there any place you can get an 80/20 right now? I have no idea. Maybe somebody in the chat does. I have a carbon fiber scale, Joshua. I have a carbon fiber Warhog, but I don't have the carbon textured. But you know what? My phone is not charging for some reason, and I'm getting battery warnings. So I think I'm going to end this about 10 minutes earlier than usual. I apologize for that. But yeah, my phone's about to die. So hope you guys all had a good time. I definitely did. It's always nice to have these more casual ones where I'm not trying to get something done. It's a lot of fun. But I will see you guys next week at 7. And you're going to see sometime between then another live show on the 11th. So I'll be doing that. So announcing the winner of my epic giveaway. So please go check out the giveaway video. Ask me anything to enter. Talk to you later. Have a good one.